That's it for you. Vesting would be to beat it. Sure. Afraid, but I have to. Flint, stand by me. What? I'm getting conflicting messages here. Welcome back, ladies and people, to what is definitely going to be the last episode of this series on Archimedean Dynasty. Why? Well, because as you can see, this is truly the final battle. Well, we've had enough to talk about, and I'm not sure if I'm going to add my thoughts on this game at the end, or maybe I've done so already in the post commentary on the previous missions. So let's just dive into the final battle. We couldn't talk Hong Long out of it, neither can we convince Cox, so there really is no other way to go. The final battle. The Bions assembled their units one last time to launch themselves against the combined strength of the ships from all the regions of Aqua. The Polar and the Triton have advanced into the last ring together and are desperately defending themselves against a flood of black ships. As one of the best fighter pilots in Aqua, the Allies rely on your help. While Hong Long waits, your mission will be to destroy 3 particular Bion bombers. If you manage this, a path will hopefully be made through which Hong Long can use to advance into the heart of the bridgehead. Follow her and protect her, and if her path is blocked, clear it. You are our last hope. Destroy the 3 Bion bombers, fight like the devil, then protect Hong Long as she goes into the heart of the bridgehead, clear any obstacles out of her way, and Hong Long must reach her targets. Alright, so this is it. Let's get this over with. Oops, there's the Polar already. So 3 particular bombers. Ultra fast Bion bombers. So these are the speed bombers I mentioned earlier. That's a normal bomber. As a matter of fact, I have 4 cluster bombs on me, but you'll see that later why I have those on me. It's paralyzed already. Let's see, where are those speed bombers? That's a scout.
Target locked.
It's another scout.
Target locked.
Let's take you out.
Torpedo ready. Target locked. Target locked.
I don't see a speed bomber.
Target
Just
locked.
curious. Okay, that's right.
Target locked.
Well, I do have to fast the ship here, I guess, so they should take care of them. But as long as they're out of my range, I won't bother.
Number served detected.
Let's try and get to it. It's paralyzed.
Number served detected. Target locked. Target locked. Target identified. Target locked.
There's no one.
Target locked.
Oh wait, this is not a bomber. So I should still paralyze it, but I shouldn't get shot up by it either. Go leech.
Torpedo ready.
It's the first scout going down. There's even more, but I just didn't notice that. Is there anything else? The one is paralyzed as well. I see something moving, I think over there. It's a scout. It's also a scout.
Target locked.
So that's a doom mortar volley. I think it was also visible in the last mission. That's
Target destroyed.
There's a scout over there. Are you paralyzed? You're way high up. Don't know if we'll be able to reach that for a moment. That's something for later. Worrying about. Where are those speed bombers? Oh, there's one.
Target locked.
still things flying around here. Well, if you say so. Let's see. Nav A. It's over there. As a matter of fact, is there anything
Target destroyed. Target
Let's
locked.
try and take you out. Go.
Target locked.
Let's head to Nav A
Target
then.
locked.
Is that all wrong? Yes.
Target
Just have a look at her ship.
Target
It looks
identified.
nice. Let's go to Nav D. I mean. Destroy the gun towers. And yes, this is where the mission will
Navigation
go
point reached.
slowly. Because really, those
Target
turrets
locked.
are in range of
locked.
shooting me. And there are
Power
actually some
surge
turrets over here as
detected.
well. And they have dual
Target
mortars. Which is quite curious because
Power
you think
surge detected.
that is our technology. But they either already had it or they were able to reproduce it like we recreated their plasma guns, or plasma deaths as they were called. So yeah, that's an interesting thing to note.
Target locked. Torpedo ready.
I switched to the cluster bomb. We'll see why in just a second. Well, I don't believe they'll start shooting if you stay outside 100 meters. So that's what you're going to do here, and that's why it's going to take so long, because there are a lot of turrets around here. You really need to take them all out, because there isn't
Target
much
destroyed.
room to fly around in here.
Target destroyed.
Okay, say once more, FC. Alright, which is over there, and as you can see there are more towers to take care of here. Oh, hello, hello.
Navigation point reached.
The left side should be in range. Need to go up a little.
Target
There's
destroyed.
one little turret over here that's going to pose a problem.
Caution, power surge breakdown
Because
imminent.
yes, as you can see, it can already target us from there. Not sure if I should use my cluster bomb or leech here.
Caution, power surge breakdown imminent. Power surge detected.
Try leech first.
Torpedo ready. Caution, target breakdown. Power surge detected. Caution, system breakdown imminent. Torpedo ready. Power surge target locked. Caution, system breakdown imminent. Power surge detected.
Well, let's try a cluster bomb then.
Caution, system breakdown imminent. Torpedo ready. Power surge detected.
That didn't work out. For our second attempt,
Caution,
going to try
system
to leech
breakdown
again.
imminent.
Nope, it really didn't work.
Torpedo ready. Target locked. Power surge detecting breakdown imminent.
Well, there is another method. Maybe if I go past it first.
Power surge detected.
And attack it from a different direction.
Target
That will
locked.
work.
Target locked.
Because I really think we can't hit it from this angle. So let's, yes, race past it. There we go. There's more lights over here. Let's take those out first. And then take care of this.
Caution,
So,
system breakdown.
oops. I don't know. I think that will work either. Maybe at least you can reach it now. Nope, that didn't work either.
Torpedo ready. Target locked. Caution, system breakdown imminent.
And there goes the scouts. Oh, it definitely spotted me. There are more gun towers over here, as you can see. They're also firing at me.
Caution, system breakdown imminent.
I wish I could get at 100 meters.
Caution,
Maybe if I go
system
in
breakdown
close.
imminent.
Go reach. There we go, we did it.
Torpedo ready.
Let's finish you off. Here we go.
Target destroyed.
Cleared everything up to and behind nav D, which is somewhere over there, I guess. Yes. How long is moving with this? Let's see.
Target locked.
No, not gun towers dive. Oh. Alright, so we don't have to worry about those. Let's go down. And more scouts going down, unfortunately. Well, there are definitely more towers over here. Let's use a cluster bomb, actually.
Power surge torpedo ready.
Oops. And go cluster bomb.
Torpedo ready.
That's those gone. As you can see, there is a group of towers here. Maybe a cluster bomb will do fine over there too. See, they are almost paralyzed somehow. Ouch. How did you get here? What are you doing here? Let's see.
Power surge.
Place it well. Go cluster bomb. Did that do
Torpedo ready.
much damage? That one is almost gone.
Power surge detected.
What is attacking? You are.
Power surge detected. Power surge
Let's
detected.
place another cluster bomb, I think.
Power surge detected.
Oops, that's not the right location.
Torpedo ready.
Well, I only have any leeches left, so maybe I'll just use the same tactic I used before. Rush
Power
past,
surge detected.
and then take them out. Oops.
Target locked.
Go up the wall. That's that one gone. So
Target
get
locked.
this one as well. Second. And that
Target
one is
locked.
actually attacking me. So let's get back again. So I think I'm further away from it over here. Let's see if I can get a range up high. Maybe use
Power
a leech.
surge detected.
No, that didn't work.
Torpedo ready. Target locked.
Let's try it again. That's the last leech actually. That one did it. I think there's a pipe in front of it now. Doesn't seem like I'm doing any damage anyway. That's not true. Nice. Paralyzed, good. Let's take it out.
Target identified.
And it's gone.
Target destroyed.
So what else do I need to take out? There's Navi over there. Should I go here? Okay, that's it for you. Best thing would be to beat it. Sure. Afraid, but I have to. Flint, stand by me. What? I'm getting conflicting messages here. What do I need to do? Where are you? There you are.
Caution, system breakdown imminent.
You're waiting, it seems. There's a bomber attacking. Hello? How did you get in here? I don't have a leech.
Breakdown evacuation point reached.
Come on.
Target identified.
Let's get out, please. Come on. Go. Hello? Can you please move? Starting. So what do I do now? Back to Nave? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe I do need to take out these gun towers. Alright, I figured out what to do and also what not to do. So you definitely should not head to Nav E, because that will trigger bad things to happen. There will be a current pulling you down and then bion guards start appearing, so that's not a good thing. Instead you need to blow up these mines, which is a curious thing. It is hindering Hong Long from continuing, but once she continues she actually goes over these tubes rather than diving under them. I don't think you actually have to take out the gun turrets, not that fast. It's hard to appreciate, yes. Fine stuff, if you there, we're lost. Yes, in this trench where we were set to dive, I shot at the active mines, but you also need to take out the inactive ones, and then once you've done that, Hong Long will continue on, as you can see. I think there are more mines over here as well, actually. Yes, let's take those out as well. I think you won't have to take out the gun towers that are up above where we just were. Is that all? There's some more mines here. around. Yep. That's it. The best thing would be to beat it. They have to stand by me, of course. For you, I'll stand by you till the very end, Honglo. So there she goes, high up above. So close to the radiation that I can't even reach it. And I really wonder then why we really had to clear those mines. Well, I'm not going to question that. At least she's safe to do whatever she needs to do. There she goes.
System breakdown imminent.
And it's autopilot time. So farewell, Honglo.
That's the way I'll always remember the brave Ronin, grinning into the heart of hell, carrying with her the most powerful bomb of all time. Amazon, Piedrus, Anarchist. The Red Dragon brought the steel heart of the monster to the melting point. The moment she was gone in the shockwaves of the raging plasma, I missed her. The mighty shockwaves of the exploding bridgehead set our heaviest battleships rocking like helpless jellyfish. Water began to boil from the energy that was released. Water that for fractions of a second took on the consistency of salty gel. It hissed and bubbled, precipitating its mineral components to the bottom of the sea. The gases that had been set free rose in mighty, glistening orbs towards the surface that we certainly would never see. The wild, unknown surface, corroded by poison and radiation, an unattainable paradise of hellish dangers. For some, the epitome of archaic horror. For others, a lighted beacon in an endless quest for lost origin. I gave General Cox a tired salute and signed off. The Triton sailed with the other ships to home waters, while I spent a moment in the darkness, listening to the faint echoes of the last battle won.
And that is how Honglo will be remembered. She will be missed. Usually I'm not talking during a cutscene, but in this case I will, because as you can see from the video, this goes on for a few minutes. There is a reason to that actually, and please do stick around until the end, because it may look like the cutscene has paused or halted, or maybe froze even, but it is actually going on, and you'll see why in just a minute. I also want to take the time to talk about the game and give my opinion on it. As a matter of fact, it is the very first game I remember that made me cry, because of Honglo obviously. In my imagination, she escaped somehow. Maybe she got to leave her boat in time, maybe got somebody else into it, I don't know. Just for some reason I hope she did survive, because she is the clever Ronin, of course, who always escapes. So I do hope she managed to open up a bar and live a peaceful life ever after, like Flint suggested. Although that's not a life of a Ronin as she expected, like she said in the dialogue. And unfortunately that's not the way the Aquanox games went. they don't mention Hong Long ever again, I think. So that's a shame, but I'm still dreaming, hoping. And in just half a minute or so, you'll see why this cutscene is still going on.
We had destroyed the Servian, at least that part lying beneath the surface of the sea. Our scientists suspect a significant portion of the bridgehead lies on the continent of Australia itself. Perhaps we've met our own future in the Biontz. Perhaps we and they would have learned if there had been any readiness to do so. But when was learning ever long in the mind of any species?
There we go. It isn't even an invention from the first Aquanox game. It is actually said already here in the ending, the final cutscene of Archimedean Dynasty. It mentions that the Biontz, or the bridgehead, is actually just a part of the Biontz, so upon the continent of Australia there is more. I never knew that, to be honest, until I saw this. And well, probably because I skipped the final cutscene before, because really it looks like it ended already. But I never knew this part was in it. And now you know as well. As for Archimedean Dynasty, the game itself, I think it is a really good game. Gameplay wise, I really love it. It might not be a lot in today's standards, like it's not open world, it doesn't have all the trading aspects, RPG elements, whatever. But for the time, I think it is really good. Despite the fact that I didn't understand much of it, because I didn't understand English all that well, I had no clue what to do. I still kept coming back to the game just because I like to play it. And as I returned to the game and understood more of the lore behind it and all, it really, well, I settled into it, and I really like the idea behind it, the concepts. So I really hope a successor will do just as much credit to the game as it deserves. So I really hope for Aquanox Deep Descent that it will make those hopes come true. And I really have high hopes for it. So I think it is scheduled to release this year, 2019, in December. Although, if I'm not mistaken, it was scheduled for release in 2018 already. So it might as well be delayed until 2020. Nevertheless, there aren't all that many underwater games out there. There are a lot more space games, and I absolutely love those. But maybe even this game sparked my interest into that, so hopefully there will be more underwater games, because there is a lot of potential to explore in that regard. Take Subnautica for example. And that's it. Although I could say a lot more about this game, I'm not going to ramble on much longer to keep this video concise. Anyways, I hope you liked the series, so if you did, feel free to leave a like and a comment, a suggestion maybe, like play with the mod, for example. But, I'm not going to bother you much longer, so thanks for watching, enjoy your day ladies and people, Piedrus out.